Welcome to another math video. Today we're going to talk about doing homework. I would love it if you didn't have to do homework. If life worked like in the Matrix movie where people could just put some plug in your back and kapow! You know all sorts of foundational math skills. But math is not like that. Math is like pottery or martial arts or other things that you can't just watch people do it. You have to actually do it a lot. It is like muscle memory, but in your brain. That is unavoidable. Homework is how we learn math. I would love it if homework were simple. But as the syllabus says at the top, the quotation by Albert Einstein, everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. And doing homework well is not simple. We'll talk about why, but first let's talk about the correct homework process. It is likely that no one has ever explained this to you before, through no fault of your own. When we go to the homework dog icon, then this page talks about our homework. There's types of homework, and towards the bottom, levels of math understanding, which we will get to at the end. Before we pretend to do some homework, we need a topic to be pretending to do homework about. So let's open up in a new tab our topics, and let's think about, how about divisibility? You might know what factors are. Here's a picture for factors of 12, like 1 times 12, or 2 times 6, or 3 times 4. And you probably know some divisibility rules, because people have taught you in the past. A number is divisible by 2, we call it even, if the ones digit is 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. A number is divisible by 5, if the ones digit is 0 or 5, and a number is divisible by 10 if it ends in 0, the ones digit is 0. Many students get to this math class, and for some strange reason, their previous math teachers neglected to teach them the other easy divisibility rules. So, when I say a number is divisible by 3, if the sum of its digits is divisible by 3, that's not hard, but maybe you've never heard that before. Let's test it with 13,512, so you see what I'm doing. 13,512. So I'm going to add up the digits. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 1 plus 2. That would be 3 and 1 is 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. Does 3 go into 12? Yes. So 3 does go into our original number also. A number is divisible by 6 if 2 works, if it's even, and the 3 trick we just saw also works. 2 and 3 make 6, so if 2 works and 3 works, 6 works too. A number is divisible by 4 if when you only look at the 1s and 10s digit, that is divisible by 4. So for this problem, if I look just at these 2 digits, does 4 go into 12? Yes. So 4 goes into our big number also. A number is divisible by 9 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 9. Back to here. Does 9 go into 12? No. So 9 doesn't go into our big number either. Okay, now you maybe have learned something. Let's practice doing some homework. We look down this page and it says example problems are the first step. Go back to the math topics and read the online notes again. So after class, go through. If we've done all of these in class, then you can check them and see the blue answers appear. But don't peek right away. Try and do the problems by yourself. After looking at the website, check in the textbook. So, divisibility, when I looked, was from our online textbook, page 44 and 157. So I can open the textbook, the link at the top. All sorts of good places have links to the textbook. And let's look at divisibility. Okay, I'm reading about divisibility and multiplication and things somewhere. 6. I had the wrong page number. There we go. Should be 59. I'll fix that. Anyway, so maybe there's something here I want to do too. And when you go to the example problems in the textbook, this icon gives you a practice example. Okay, back to our homework. So I've done example problems. That's the first part of doing homework. Second, we have a problem bank. The problem bank is under construction. It is something that will get more complete as the term goes on. Since we are using online resources, I'm trying to collect them as efficiently as possible. So in our fraction format, divisibility and factors, here's a bunch of problems. If I click here, it goes to a video. I can watch someone else on the internet do this for me. If I click here, I get the steps. If I click here, I get only the answer. So the problem bank lets you study however you want. Are you very confused and want to see someone do this out on a board on a video? Are you mildly confident and just want to double check the steps? Or is this towards the end of your homework practice? You've done lots of example problems. All you need to know is if you did it right. The problem bank is useful. Once you've done the problem bank, then you might need more practice. So there are random problems for each topic. Same thing, we're in the shape-shifting topic and then fraction and divisibility. So here's 3 random problems. If I scroll down a little, I can check my work. And if I reload this page, there are different problems. The numbers have changed. The answer key is also updated to go with the different numbers. So I can get as much practice as I want. Finally, I'm good at these problems. I've done example problems. I've studied with the problem bank. I've done textbook problems. I've done random problems. I'm ready to turn things in. So here are all the fraction format for that first shape-shifting topic homeworks. Things about factors and divisibility. I will do these on paper. I'm not going to try and work them out looking at the next page. Do them here where they're just questions. But when you're done, when you have an answer for all of these, then I click here and it gives me a place to click on boxes. I'll just click the first one for each. You're going to turn in your homework this way. And at the bottom, it says, process my answers. Excuse me, Peter. When you do that, it gives you a code. Copy and paste the code into an email and send it to your instructor. I could set it up so the website automatically grades you, but that isn't friendly. If you send me this code, then I will get back to you, hopefully quickly, with an email saying, thank you, good try on this homework. Maybe you get 8 out of 10 and are done. Maybe it's not 8 out of 10, then I'll say, 4 out of 10, good start, keep going. The first one you missed is number 3, or something like that. And based on how much you've communicated with me, I can tailor my response to fit you as a student a little better. You can turn in homework as much as you want, and all of these steps I encourage you to do in groups. It's not any harder than in a normal term. You can meet with other students by phone, or by Zoom, or by other methods, but there is never a reason to be doing your homework alone. You will learn more talking about problems with other people as you work. Okay, why this complicated process? You're probably used to the old-fashioned and not terribly effective way where you just do a bunch of problems in the back of the book. If you like that, you can do that. When I go to the textbook, then for whatever section it was, then if I scroll down to the end, there are lots of problems there. However, only doing that has some limitations. These levels of math understanding explain why. At the first level of math understanding, you can follow what I do on the board. our lecture, our discussion, our Zoom meetings are helpful. It doesn't mean that more than that is happening. It's perfectly normal to have this first level of understanding for a math topic, and then when you get home and open your own book, suddenly it looks like your brain has turned off. What's happened? It's a different level of understanding, the second level, to be able to do open book work and get homework problems correct. Finally, the third level of understanding is to do closed book work and succeed on a test without notes and without the pressure of a time limit. In spring term, you won't actually be assessed for this third level. Since we don't have any proctored exams, then you will have open notes tests, and there will not be a time limit. The homework is designed to help you work through that system. Doing example problems, exactly the same ones as you saw not long ago in the lecture, in the discussion, is bridging the gap between that first level of understanding and the second. Doing example problems from a written source like the textbook that you haven't seen before also helps bridge that gap. That's a little more second level of understanding, because you didn't just experience those same problems watching someone do them on the board. The problem bank lets you pick what level you're at. Are you watching a video for that problem, or are you just checking your own work? The random problems push you to the second level of understanding. By the time you get this far in the homework sequence, then you should be at least starting in that second level of understanding. Maybe you need to work on speed, maybe you need to work on accuracy, but you're ready to just do some problems. The random problems are the ones that will appear on your exams. So if you can do them, feel very happy. Nothing will be a surprise. And then the problems you turn in, that's like the icing on a cake, because all of us have brains that will fool ourselves and think we understand things better than we do. There's a difference in math between prompt homework problems and enough homework problems, and this is about time management. When we're done with learning something new, whether you have the flexibility in your schedule to participate in the online class discussions, or whether you're just watching a video after the fact, then you will quickly need to figure out, is this new math topic that was introduced today a big deal or not? So do a few homework problems open book as prompt homework problems. You're not trying to spend a long time finishing this. Instead, you're just trying to figure out, how am I doing? Is this going to require a lot of studying or only a little? Then later you can do the enough homework problems, where you are actually going through the process I just explained to work your way from that first level of understanding to the second. You don't want to wreck your weekend by setting aside hours for math when you don't need it, nor do you want to risk falling behind in class by not budgeting enough time to do enough homework problems. At the same time, real life means you probably don't have a nice block of time to really work on homework soon after class. So try and do a few, the prompt homework problems, and then later do the enough homework problems so you don't fall behind. Some students have a habit of living in the tutor centers on campus during a normal term. They would be in the office at TRIO, or the Math Resource Center, or the Math Center in the Center building, or in the instructor's office doing office hours where they can ask for help if they need help. You can do a similar thing this term. You can do work not only with other students online, collaboratively, by phone or Zoom or other technological methods, but those tutoring centers are getting things set up so that you can be hanging out there even if you're not really there. I will share details as soon as I have them. All for now. Thank you again, Peter. You did wonderful.